Hello, welcome back. So we're getting ready to start our third raid day. It is August 15th. We are sitting at -5 victory points, which is, I think, 10 victory points better than where we were. Now, remember, I took a -8-point loss in order to reinforce 2 planes, or add 2 more squadrons, basically, to the mix. This last time I opted not to do that because I didn't want to take another -8 points. So that would have put us at -13 had I done that. And that would have still meant that we moved up by 2 points. I mean, that's still something. I think we're starting to learn some tricks here. The first trick is we want to swarm. Sometimes it's okay to just take the victory point loss if you can't swarm. The next trick is making sure that the fighters get taken out in the hunt box. Like sometimes you have the option to move straight from the hunt box to the bomber box. But there are times when it's actually better to just leave your fighters in the hunt box and take out the fighters first, and then you'll have enough of your own squadrons. So here, keep all of your fighters here, and then after this battle's over, you'll still have enough that will move to the bomber box anyways. And so you're actually going to get double the points because you're going to do damage here, and then you'll also do damage there. But it's you need to have enough, though, to make it worth it. If you're just barely as many or more than them, then it does make sense to move to the bomber box, because the ones that are staying behind may not ever make it any further. So I think those are the 2 big points, and I think we scored points as a result of that. Can I start to keep this churning, and have I solved the game? I don't know. I mean, I don't know any of that. But I'm basically telling you that those are the strategies that seem to be working, and so we're going to maybe press that a little bit harder. What's interesting is this game, compared to Enemy Action Ardennes, I think the reason I liked Enemy Action Ardennes a bit more than this, and I now understand why people do like that more, is those strategy cards that you get in your hand, like the player cards. They give you like this sense of control because you get to play those cards when you want, and you get to choose, which group or which, whatever is going to be activating next. I really like that because it's such a sense of control. With this game is very picket duty-ish, where I'm basically rolling against tables almost constantly, and all I'm choosing is who participates and who doesn't. I feel like I'm not driving the car as much on this one. Now, I know some people say this is the best solitaire game of all time. Let me tell you, I'm not hating this game at all. I mean, it sounds like it, but that's not the case here. I'm recognizing Enemy Action Ardennes for what it is. And now it came out later, and so I think that does make it, it shows that Butterfield's learning as he goes. Even, Space Corp. I think there you had player hands as well, and you had control as a player. So you could sort of see how he morphed and started to give players more control as the games went on. Now, this game might be a lot of fun as the Germans, right? Because maybe you'll have that control once you're playing as the Germans. I don't know. So let's just stop rambling and start playing, right? I'm definitely having fun. I don't want to give that wrong impression there. And this, compared to a DVG game, I wanted to add, DVG gives me lots of control because I get to choose my armaments and which bombers are going to go on which mission. And I do like that. This one is definitely more challenging than a DVG game so far. Because I do think that a DVG game, once you figure it out, can get a little bit on the easy side, but not necessarily at the beginning. It's sort of like as you gain experience points. But anyways, let's go ahead and get going here. First thing that happens is we repair. So the light damage here is coming off for both of these. So we'll go ahead and do that. And next thing we do is time of day. So I'm going to draw an event card, and the time of day, excuse me, advances by 2. So we're going to start on 10 o'clock. Okay, weather forecast. Let's come over here. Let's roll a die. And you see I rolled a 5. And I don't know how well you can read the chart, but 5 is patchy cloud, broken cloud. So we're going to move these markers over. And this is going to be a patchy cloud, and this one over here is a broken cloud. So both good and bad, right? Our ability to detect them is going to be lower. So our ability to swarm them might be a little bit lower. But when they try to bomb us, it's going to shift columns to the left as a result in some of these cases. So it's both good and bad in that regard. Okay, what's next? Advance warning. And this time we do get to do an advance warning. So here you can see we have Luftwaffe 2 South and Luftwaffe 2 East. So both, we're going to basically be getting it on this left side here. And then the East, I'm going to correctly remember, is down here, not south, because I got fooled. I was thinking this was south. There was no reason for me to get fooled like that, but I did allow myself to do that. And now we get to go on patrol. So the south is first, and I am going to go on patrol with everything up here. They're all going on patrol. Now I could try to join them. I'm not going to, because I think that down here needs to be protected for later. I was going to patrol with all those, and the one question that I have is should I bring these in and help patrol? And I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and patrol for here. So that's going to be a nice big stack. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And now I could, because remember, if you're in range, I could have these guys patrol here. So that means that if let's say this is the bombing site, if I get a high enough alert level, these guys can actually join. So you can go bonkers like that. I don't know if I want to, so I'm going to just let it be for now. Okay, so with that being said, let's go look at our target. So we have Luftwaffe 2 South, and we flip it over, and it's Tangmere, which is 111, and it is exactly the place that I just did all that patrolling in. So 111 right there. They're going after the airfield, which is a medium target. So let's go see if it's a major raid or a minor. I rolled a 5. Strategic value is 3. That is definitely a major raid. So we're going to put that down. And now I always have to be careful here because the tripod always wants to hit pieces. All right, so now we got to do raid detection. I rolled a 5, which is an excellent start. It's a major raid, which puts us up to an 8. And then we go to the modifiers, and this is patchy clouds, which I believe is the middle one. Yes. So we get to add +2 for that, and then you can see 3, 4, and 5 for the radar nets. So +2 for the patchy cloud, and then 3, 4, and 5 is a +6, so we jump all the way up to 16. So we actually have a very early, now it's limited intelligence, but it's a very early. So that means we get to respond to this raid pretty solid. So we get to see how many, so let's do that. The amount are going to be 13. So you know what I'm going to do, folks? I'm going all in on this baby. So after we determine the size of the raid, we have to do the limited intelligence. So we have to commit now before we see what the actual planes are going to be. And then if we were accurate, we could have deployed then, etc. So we know 13 of them are coming. So we're going to grab all the ones that are in 111. And let's see how many of those are. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 of them right now. And because we're very early, all squadrons patrolling and in sectors that are en route and in range. So en route, of course, is 111. In range is 211 and 410. Amazingly enough, the 410 ones are already there because I use those to patrol in 111. But the 211 are also in range, and I am going to grab every one of those as well. So we just added 1, 2, 3 more. So we got ourselves quite the arsenal. And this is going to be a big matchup. So let's go ahead and draw. Oh, and then this is actually a really nice table here. I was meaning to mention. You can see that the British score victory points every time the group suffers a light loss, heavy loss, every day that goes by. And then this is how they score victory points, and it's in the format of a negative for the British. Anyways, it's pretty cool, the chart, even though we haven't really used it. So let's grab this, and there's our situation. So we're going all the way down to 13. And this is, of course, Luftwaffe 2. So I'm going to put you here and then start grabbing some pieces here. So we have an ME-110. Now, since it's Luftwaffe 2, we have to grab the elite ME-110. So there's him. ME-109. I grabbed another B. So I'm going to grab an A. DO-17. An ME-110. So I got to grab the other elite one. 109. HE-111. A 109 goes on channel patrol. Another 110. A 109. An HE-111. Hardest part is sometimes finding the right letters. And then we're going down to here, so another 109 in combat patrol, or I'm sorry, channel patrol. And then 2 more down here. So a lot of the planes are getting committed here. So what do we got? We got 1, 2 Cs, 1,